Alright, hello guys, Loypower here. I'm making this video right after my other one because Fortnite's really been feeling unfun recently. And so I'm thinking of ways to keep it fun. Like, I just want to be informative and tell you guys about problems the game has been facing recently. So yeah, I'm just gonna real quickly go through the problems and what makes the game really frustrating nowadays. Alright, now, the first thing I'm gonna talk about is the map. So when I compare the old map with the current map, the old map just had more life. It had more stuff. There were more POIs near the center, more POIs near the outskirts. There were way more there were way more biomes. It just felt more lively. Like now with this map, you could go hundreds of meters with no POIs in sight, and it's just boring. You're spending most of your game just running around in an open greenland field with nothing to do. That absolutely ruins the pacing. It's the only way to have fun, since it's so open and it's so hard to find people in that open field, is to go to places like the new Salty Towers, which is, man, I'd really just, like, you could argue back in the day you had to go Tilted Towers to get some action, but then again, you could still go to the outskirts of the map and still have action, and it's not even action, it's just finding stuff, finding cool stuff, messing around. All that stuff kind of went away this chapter. Right now I can display the map on your screen. You see how just blank it is? You could go so far with no POI in sight. Then, back a year or so ago, you could just run around. Map is boring. That's all I can say, really. But to clarify, I don't want the old map back, no matter how much nostalgia I have. After like the first, I don't know, like 4 weeks, it's just gonna be boring. It's gonna be something different. I mean, something not different. What instead I would like is a whole new map, something nobody ever thought of, just really unique. Alright. Now, something else I'm gonna talk about is the pacing. So, in a lot of games, just like Fortnite, the pacing is complete trash, but Fortnite's pacing is not really bad as much as it is slow. Like with other games, you're gonna have 20 minutes of running around aimlessly and 5 seconds of fighting, but with Fortnite it's more 10 minutes of running around than like a solid, I don't know, 5 minutes in one fight, then another 20 minutes running around, and 2 minutes, or like not even 2 minutes, a solid minute in a fight. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I personally do not like it. So something I would say that would fix it is speeding up the storm so we get both more action and well, I don't know, man. The problem with speeding up the storm is if you're caught out of the storm, then you're pretty much screwed. So a solution for that is either way more mobility, which would probably piss off a lot of people, or the storm ticks for less. Like, the initial storm ticks for 1 health every other tick, then the 2-tick storm ticks for 2 health every other tick. Like, it's not, or the tick, there's like more time in between the ticks, that would be really helpful. Another thing they can do is just like I would say the same as add more POIs. That would speed up the games. Well, not add more POIs. That would probably slow down the game, but instead increase the size of the POIs, so that there's more incentive to go to POIs, which would make it faster. Or actually, if they do add more POIs, this is kind of a rant video. um, well, less people are likely to die early game, which means that more people are gonna be in end game. And I love stacked end games in pubs. I do not like them actually in arena. They're pretty fun because they're good practice for tournaments. But in public games, stacked end games, that's what makes Fortnite Fortnite. You know? Alright. Alright, the final thing I'm gonna talk about is just adding content to keep the game fresh. Now, the problem with adding content is if they don't add enough content, then pretty much everybody's gonna be too mad. And if they constantly add random wacky stuff, then the game's gonna become so random and so just uncalculated that a season 10 is gonna happen and people aren't really gonna like the game. So a balance of that would be a new game mode where they test out random stuff. How it works is on controller, aim assist isn't a thing, and on keyboard and mouse you get more recoil and you get more crosshair spread, and building is a little nerfed. The reason it's like a nerfed version of Fortnite is so that like people that grind the game, don't have an incentive to just play it. It's more like a wacky, fun experience where people can just mess around and Epic can mess around, because that would actually like keep the game fresh, if you get what I'm saying. When Epic gets to do whatever they want and test out the game, that's when Fortnite's fun. It's not here. Look at it this way. Every item that was added to the game for the last about year, yeah, I'm just gonna say year because this chapter's been out for about a year and 3 months. Every item that was added in that time was either bad or weak or insanely balanced. And all Epic was doing was rarely adding something, and if they do, they just continue balancing it until it's perfect. But that really doesn't feel like Fortnite. I like Fortnite when you have guns that are unbalanced, some are complete garbage, some are not too broken to a point where they're frustrating, but broken enough that they're fun, That's what makes Fortnite. Where, yeah, and the final point is actually, speaking of the community, dude, the Fortnite community is bad. Like, really bad. I don't know how to say it. We got the casuals, the guy that... Now, my final point about the community, the only way to really describe is by showing you an image of a henchman. This is going to be more of a rant, but in the Fortnite community, we got the competitive greaseballs, the guys that just can't stop grinding. In pubs, they're playing like it's FNCS finale. They suck the fun out of the game, right? And then we got the casuals, the guys that call anybody who knows how to ramp rush a sweat, the guys that think that anybody who can kill them, not even kill them well, is a sweat, and then when you ask them what makes them a sweat, they say they're sweaty, and then when you're like, maybe they're a better player, if they say that they're not a better player, those kind of guys, just, the Fortnite community is one of the most toxic communities, and I really dislike it. And also, it's just full of like 7-year-old kids who run Mave who are just hyper annoying. So yeah, Epic can't really fix the Fortnite community, but see ya.